Reece Walsh was the man of the match in the first Rugby League Ashes test in 22 years, with the NRL star keeping up his incredible form of late. Under the cathedral-like arch of Wembley Stadium, where shadows stretch like ancient banners across the hallowed turf, can a single spark from a Queensland kid ignite a fire that burns through 2 decades of silence? October 25th, 2025. The night the Ashes roar back to life. England versus the Kangaroos. The first test in 22 years, 90,000 hearts pounding in unison beneath a sky bruised with twilight and expectation. Floodlights blaze like judgment, casting halos on the emerald pitch as Reece Walsh steps forward, his mullet a defiant flag, his eyes carrying the weight of a nation that crowned him too young, too brash, too electric to contain. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Sport Talk content. From the opening whistle, the game is a storm. England surge with the fury of a sleeping giant awakened, Harry Smith threading needles, Herbie Farnworth crashing like thunder. But the Kangaroos answer with venom, their spine a blade forged in Brisbane heat. Walsh dances on the edge of chaos, his boots kissing the whitewash in the 7th minute. A try born not of brute force, but of vision, a no-look flick to Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow that slices the defense like dawn through fog. The stadium erupts in a gasp that turns to roar. The turning point comes in the 52nd minute, Australia clinging to a slender lead, England pressing like wolves at the door. Walsh collects a loose ball 30 out, steps inside, outside, inside again, 3 defenders grasping air, before chipping over the last man and regathering in full flight, dotting down beneath the posts as Wembley holds its breath, then explodes. The crowd, a tapestry of white and green gold, rises as one. English fans stunned into silence, Australian voices cracking with disbelief. A father in the upper tier clutches his son, whispering, "That's the future, mate, right there." In the dying embers, with England clawing back to within a converted try, Walsh seals it. A 90-meter intercept, legs pumping like pistons forged in Red Hill, crossing untouched as the siren looms. The scoreboard reads 26-16, but the story is already written in lightning. Post-match, he stands drenched in sweat and glory, medal heavy around his neck, yet his first words are not of triumph, but of tribute. This one's for the old fellas who kept the dream alive, for Mal, for Alfie, for the kids back home watching on telly. The moment floods the digital world like wildfire. Walsh Wembley trends within minutes, clips dissected frame by frame, NRL pages crashing under the weight of shares. English pundits call it the try of the decade. Australian legends text in real time. Joey Johns types simply, "Kid's a freak." Across the rugby league heartlands, from Bondi cafes to Leeds pubs, the footage loops on screens. Children mimic the sidestep in schoolyards. Coaches pause drills to show the chip and chase. The moment crystallizes into folklore before the echo has faded. Historically, Wembley has cradled immortals. Reg Gasnier's ballet in '66, Ellery Hanley's rampage in '90. But Walsh's masterpiece carves its own chapter, a bridge between eras, the brash new world saluting the ghosts who paved the cobbles with blood and brilliance. In living rooms from Townsville to Toulouse, families gather around replays. Fathers explain to wide-eyed sons how one man bent time, how speed and instinct can silence 90,000 souls. The cultural ripple reminds a fractured sport of its unifying magic. The aftermath deepens with context. Walsh, once the prodigy banished for off-field storms, now the architect of resurrection. His journey from exile to exaltation is a parable of redemption that resonates far beyond the white lines. This is more than a performance. It is a declaration that brilliance need not be polished or predictable, that chaos can birth beauty, that a boy from Nerang can stand beneath London's arch and make the world believe again. In Walsh, we see the audacity of youth, tempered by the scars of growth. The understanding that every accolade is borrowed time, that the platform is not for self, but for the game that raised him, the mates who carried him, the fans who never stopped dreaming. His performance whispers truths about sportsmanship, that dominance need not be cruel, that celebration can be generous, that even in victory, one can bow to the opposition's courage, to the stadium, to the legacy that cradles every try. Reflect upon the humility in his sweat-soaked grin, the way he sought out Harry Newman post-match. Tapping hearts, sharing nods, 2 warriors acknowledging the shared battlefield. Proof that rivalry and respect are not enemies, but twins. This night teaches us that legacy is not built in isolation, but in constellation. Walsh's star shines brighter for the giants he stands beside, for the underdogs he outran, for the children who will chase his shadow long after the lights dim. In the quiet of the tunnel, as echoes fade, we ponder what this says of humanity, that brilliance is fleeting, yet its ripple eternal. That one moment of transcendence can heal old wounds, reignite dormant faiths, remind us why we gather in the cold to watch mortals fly. Walsh himself, voice soft beneath the clamor, reflects in the mixed zone. I just play what I see, mate. Tonight, I saw open field and a chance to make the old man proud. The rest is noise. Later, to NRL microphones, he adds, England pushed us to places we didn't know we had. That's what the Ashes is, pain and beauty in the same breath. I'll remember their fight more than my tries. Hamiso Tabuaifido, beneficiary of the magic, smiles. Reece doesn't pass to you. He gifts you dreams. Tonight, he handed me one I'll carry forever. And in a quiet corner, Captain Isa Yeo murmurs, he's 23 going on timeless. We just try to keep up. As the series rolls toward Liverpool and Leeds, Walsh's Wembley masterpiece lingers like incense in a cathedral, a beacon for what rugby league can be. Wild, poetic, unforgiving, and utterly human. This is the legacy. Not the medal, not the scoreline, but the boy who reminded a sport how to dream out loud. Who turned a forgotten rivalry into a love letter. Who proved that the greatest stories are written not in ink, but in sweat, in sidesteps, in the roar of 90,000 souls finally, gloriously alive.